Good morning, everyone. Afternoon, evening, whenever you're watching this video. This is Mr. Sculla coming at you digitally. All right. So I talked about it briefly yesterday about the Dream Invention project that we are going to start. And you can see right there, it even says it satisfies an engineer and design standard, and it is a project based around that standard. So engage. If you could make your life better, what would you invent? I'm going to give you a minute to think about it. Maybe jot down some ideas. But if you could make your life better, what would you invent? If you already have an idea, feel free to fast forward through this section. Hopefully you're able to come up with some good ideas to start brainstorming. Another way to look at this project is, if you could make a product better, what would you do? So something that's already in existence. I know we talked about this in a lot of our live sessions yesterday, and we'll talk about it today, but I'm not sure if you attended it. Hopefully you did, because, remember, it's kind of mandatory. So if you could make a product better, what would you do? Yesterday's example, we used the iPhone. I have the iPhone 8 Plus. It's got cameras, 2, it looks like, and the most current iPhones have 3. So that's how they made that product better. They added another camera. If you could make the life of another person or animal better, what would you invent? So this is taken yourself out of the equation. If you could make another person's life or animal better, what would you invent? And this is where in the live session, we were going to share some of our ideas. It's okay if you don't have an idea yet. Hopefully you attended the live session, because hearing other people's ideas might help you brainstorm a couple ideas of your own. So invention versus innovation. So invention is the creation of a product or introduction of a process for the first time. For example, we have our first cell phone right here. A little bit too big to fit in your pocket, and won't be texting, snapping, TikToking, Instagramming on that. And then innovation. If someone improves upon or makes significant contribution to an existing product, process, or service. So let's think about that. It doesn't always have to be a product. It could be a process or a service. Here are some inventions. You have the supercomputer, International Space Station, the Sony Walkman, classic, microwave oven, waffle-soled shoes, first of its kind, waffle-soled shoes. You may ask, why waffle? Well, because all these little divots here allow your foot to flex naturally and create space so the shoe can move with your foot a little bit more freely than just a solid chunk of plastic. And here are some innovations. Laptop computer. The first computer took over a whole room, and they wanted to make that portable, so they improved upon their idea and made it portable. Obviously, this isn't the first laptop, because they're a lot bigger. Online gaming. Video games had already been created, but they wanted to create a way to interact with others, so they created online gaming. Wi-Fi. A lot of you are way too young to remember. You could ask your parents about it. Dial-up. where you'd plug your computer into a wall and it'd go, and then you'd be connected to the internet. Hybrid car. Cars were already invented, but they wanted a way to cut down on reliance on fossil fuel and make it more fuel efficient. So they created hybrid cars. Google Maps. Maps have been around for quite a while, but they combine the use of technology with maps to be able to have it digitally. So you can zoom in, zoom out, street view, do all that fun stuff. And digital cameras. Original cameras, actually like Polaroids. And even further back, the one where you have the guy who's underneath a little hoodie holding up this big thing that let off a flash where you'd have to sit there for quite a while to be able to capture the image. So digital cameras was an innovation. So you didn't have to take them in, get them printed off every time. You could just upload them to your computer. I like to think of it like this. If an invention is a pebble tossed in a pond, then the innovation is a ripple effect that that pebble causes. Someone has to toss the pebble. That's the inventor. And someone has to recognize the ripple will eventually become a wave. That's the innovator. So here's your original idea plopped in. And here are all the ripples coming out, the new innovations, the new products based off of the original. So today what you're going to be doing is you're going to be brainstorming. There's a Google form in the Science Virtual Classroom. I need you to come up with a minimum of 3 ideas and explain why it's an invention or innovation. We started our brainstorming yesterday. You have all of today. This will be due by tomorrow, start of class. So tomorrow by 9. It looks like this. So dream invention ideas. You'll come up with a minimum of 3 ideas for this project. Again, it could be an invention or innovation or a combination. So you could do 1 invention, 2 innovations, or you could do all 3 inventions, you could do all 3 innovations, however you see fit, wherever your ideas land. You're going to start by picking your homeroom teacher, and you're just going to fill out what is 1 idea you currently have for a dream invention. What is the second one you have for a dream invention? Third, so you'll see the stars mean these 3 are required. If you have more ideas, feel free to list them. And then you're going to explain why it's an innovation or invention. Thank you so much for your time. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.